What's up, everyone? This is Brooks for you, and today we have the LEGO 75354 Coruscant Guard Gunship. This is the very first gunship since 2013. I love that 2013 gunship. This comes with 5 minifigures. The awfully printed Commander Fox will get the Grandpa Clone Customs upgrade kit for him. The 2 decent Coruscant Guard troopers, the amazing Padme, and the, honestly, star of this set, the Chancellor Palpatine. This is a pretty nice set for $140, and I personally think it's worth it. But yeah, I cannot wait to get building. I'll see you when it's done. This has to be one of my favorite sets, probably since 2013. I mean, this is a truly amazing set. My very first thought after building it was just, wow. There is one major problem with the set, and his name's Commander Fox. We'll talk about that in a second, but let's just move the figures out of the way for a second. Just talk about the actual vehicle itself. So first up, we of course have the 2 ball turrets, very similar to pretty much every other Republic vehicle you have ever seen. However, what I really like is how they do this part on the side of the cockpit. They did it, of course, with the 2013 one, they did it in bricks, so it's very interesting to see this plate method used. On either side of the cockpit, we have these little One Republic gunship stickers on cheese wedges. Open up the canopies. Just try to move this for a better view. You can just see there's very simple printed control panels. Nothing too special there. But, I mean, you don't really expect much to be special with control panels. There is a typical carry handle in the middle of this, just like, I believe, every other gunship except for 2002. However, I think the wings are one of the better parts. I really just love how the wings look. I think also just the color scheme of this is very striking. So far we've only ever gotten the typical episode 2 style, or the standard ones. But I really love that they branched out, and of course on both these wings from the turrets you have stud shooters. Yeah, I'm not going to do too many of those just because I don't want to lose all those studs. But on the back here, of course, we have the typical back laser cannon on a gunship. I always call it like the little tail. So I always thought it looked like a little tail. Up here, of course, we have the missile pods. It's kind of hard to get a good angle on them, but yeah, on previous versions of this set, they have typically done like flick fire missiles there, but they didn't on here, and I think that looks so much nicer. On either side, we have these little areas that you can store stuff. Typically, you figure weapons. Back here, there's nothing. You cannot move this up like on the previous one for another bit of storage, which is a little sad. I do like how these doors are fully enclosed, even if I'd have preferred them to do the double door method. But I think this one works, and it does fully seal. Or, as much as a LEGO set can fully seal, so you could definitely play with it with the more atmospheric usage in mind. Of course, just the doors are not that special, but I think they're well done for what they are. I love the Big Republic stickers on this 4x4 tile. Yeah, that just works so well, and of course you can move this up. There isn't anything in here, unfortunately. I was hoping for like a clone command center, back the tank or something, but there isn't anything, or even a weapons rack. Your main section, you can of course fit clones in there. I mean, you don't need me to, you don't need to see me do it, except for one, and that is just because personally, I wish this was one plate higher. Because it's ever so slightly too difficult to get your finger in with a figure. But for children, probably that's not going to be a problem, but I have large fingers. Well, I mean, not large, but you know what I'm trying to say. And of course, up here on the cockpits, you can just take one of your figures. And ironically, at this time, the Coruscant Guard and Phase 2 troopers actually did pilot their own gunships. So this is accurate not having a pilot. It's not a UCS gunship debacle, which I love that set anyways. But first up, we have our 2 shock troopers. Now, these are, of course, identical figures. They have the helmet holes. I'm probably going to end up replacing the helmets with Grandpa Clone Customs versions, but I think the overall printing on them is really nice. They just look great. I mean, they're not the 2014 style kind of Clone Wars-y look that I prefer, but for the current style, I think these are probably the best ones they made in the current style so far. We have the sticking point of the set, Commander Fox. Now, it's a bit hard to get on camera, but that torso, on mine at least, is insanely pink, for the top bit of armor. And of course, the top bit of armor, that part should actually be red. So the Grandpa Clone Customs has already made a whole new torso, a cape, kit, everything for his figure. So I'm gonna buy that, fix up this figure, make it nicer. I do think the helmet is really good, actually. Yeah, I also wish they had not used the like Batman, Indiana Jones pistols. I think those don't look great on clones. But we have Padme. Now this is actually the figure I have the most problems with. Not just due to the face. I wish we got another proper Padme face. Because I hadn't had that since 2013. I do like this overall outfit, even if, personally it's really off-putting to see it without bug eyes. Because I'm so used to seeing Clone Wars figures with bug eyes that not having them just feels so weird. This figure is probably the coolest in the set. This is the new Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. Just look at how nice those robes are. Really are on two sides of the face. I'm hoping that this figure means we might be getting a I Am the Senate diorama at some point. But let's just move these figures to the side as we take the obvious comparison for the set. And now, I don't want you to think for even a second that I'm saying this set is better than the 2013 version. This 2013 version is still one of the best LEGO Star Wars sets just ever. But I believe the new Coruscant Guard Gunship is closer to minifigure scale. I can't really speak too much on that because I know the gunship's dimensions aren't exactly the most consistent. But yeah, I mean, I definitely really like the new size. I think, my ideal world, they would sell this gunship and they would also sell color packs along with it, different, basically poly bags, like the Build My Train line. Give us a Munilence to 10, give us a, regular, whatever. I hope that at some point we do get more gunships using this design, because LEGO could just make a bunch of different colors and just literally just print money. But yeah, I think the size is a bit off-putting at first, just because, you're very used to the idea of a gunship being, one of the bigger sets in your collection. But I think, after having seen some of the source material, I don't think it's as egregious as a lot of people are, quick to say. And it next to probably my favorite play scale Star Wars set ever, the Republic frigate. And I don't actually think it looks very nice next to the frigate. But yeah. But however, talking about this set's own merits for itself, I mean, I am really impressed. I think LEGO has gone above and beyond recently with prequel sets, and even though I'm not a very big fan of the helmet holes, the builds are... When LEGO tries on some of these builds, they go all out, and I'm very happy about that. I mean, I still have my problems with a couple of sets in particular. The Mandalorian Starfighter from a couple of years back, I'm still not a very big fan of. But yeah, I think they've, done what they can. I'm sorry, just trying to move past because I want to compare this to a oversized set, but the 2014 Vulture Droid. Don't think that looks too bad scaling wise. Let's compare it to the 2010 Tri-Droid. And at this point, while we're comparing, let's just do it all. Next, we'll have, let's see, the 2018 Anakin Jedi Starfighter comparison, which is also a very oversized set. Let's see, the 2017 Republic Fighter Tank, 2022 Republic Fighter Tank that I just broke a piece off of. Let's see, 2022 Kenobi Starfighter, Bark Speeder with Sidecar, Bad Batch Shuttle. From the same arc that this heavily appeared in, the Z95 Headhunter. So yeah, I am very impressed with this, and let me just clear off the table now because there's a a lot of stuff on here now, and I'll be right back. I truly believe that you can say Lego knocked it out of the ballpark with this set, especially for $140. This is just perfect. I just want to stop myself from rambling because this could be a very long video otherwise. I just love this set so much. I think it's so good. However, figure selection. 5 figures for $140. Now, personally, that's not something I like. I would prefer more figures, but I know in the modern Lego sense that isn't going to happen. Specifically for this, I feel like they could have just gone full Clone Wars, thrown in like Clone Wars Anakin, maybe. They could have based on, partially on different parts of the Clone Wars. So, you could have thrown in Magna Guards from the Battle of Coruscant when they kidnapped the Chancellor, because there is no way that, Padme's in that outfit with Phase 2 clones. That's not how the show goes. And so I think they could certainly have played into the, figures from different eras. You throw in a Rush Clovis, because I don't know if we'll ever get him otherwise. But yeah, no, I really do love this set, and I'm so happy Lego made it. And I think even though Lego does make some missteps in Star Wars, I think certainly this is one of the better eras for prequel sets in the post 2014 era. Thank you all for watching, and may the Force be with you.